Welcome to my weekly trade recap review. In today's video, I'm going to talk about how you can still make money right before election, and this can be achieved by reducing the number of trades by only focusing on higher probability trades and taking profits early and moving your stop to break even. As by utilizing these concepts, we can still make a decent amount of money even when the market conditions are unfavorable. So I first start off by going to forexfactory.com, and you can see on Monday there isn't any high impact news for the USD, and on Tuesday we do have consumer confidence and JOLTS job openings. So my focus will mainly be directed towards Tuesday, and let's see what happens on the charts. So Friday was a very large range day, and I think we took out the previous weekly high and low, which doesn't happen a lot and usually could be a sign of a reversal. And let's see what happens. So I already know Monday is going to be a low probability day just because of how much of a range Friday had. And this can clearly be seen in the charts. Like, I'm not even sure if I'm looking at a barcode or if I'm looking at a chart on TradingView. And no trades, especially when you go on the 5-minute, you can see, like, especially during my session, which is mainly from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., there's not a lot going on here. This is literally untradeable. So we then move on to Tuesday. We wait for the news to come out, which comes out at around 10 a.m. New York time. Let's see what happens at 10 a.m. New York time. So Tuesday, I did miss a good setup, but I didn't want to take it because I wasn't confident about it. And we can see that we have equal highs here, and we have some more equal highs here as well. And you can also see our 5-minute inversion model. So I could have entered right around here because I know we had news at 10 a.m. So I could have entered right after the news came out and put my stop over here. But the thing is, my main target was the equalize, and I had a feeling price would just reverse right after. But let's see how far I ended up going. Yeah. So I think price had gone to the previous daily high over here. Yeah, I remember. And I missed the trade, but then I wasn't too bothered about it because the price action wasn't the best. And the price did come back to break even a lot. So if I zoom in over here, I can see that price did come back to break even, and you can see how long it took for this trade to hit because the conditions are lower probability. If you ended the trade at 10:10, you would have hit TP only at 105. So that's 10 to 11 or to 12, 12 to 1, literally 3 hours, which is a long time. Compared to, I'm going to show you the trade I took on the next day, but before that, let's see what was on the charts. On Wednesday, we had ADP, which is usually quite a heavy news driver, especially on the Nasdaq. So let's see what happens. And patiently waited. So what I had done was I took if you look at the 1 hour, actually it's best if I rewind this a bit so I can show you what was going on in my head when I took the trade. The first thing I wanted to, my first target was these equal highs, but I was being too optimistic. And the second thing is that on the 1 hour, I did see that we have this fair value gap here, which hasn't been touched yet, and 1 hour fair value gaps are very strong against the price. So that was my main target for my session. And if you go into 15-minute, we can already see that we are in deep discount, and that's usually a good sign to look for some reversal or retracement. So I then went in the 5-minute and I took my inversion model right here. So although you can see that this did not close, and as soon as, one second, I'm gonna switch this. So this is the thing, this comes with experience, like, because I think the next candle inverse quite high. But when I was seeing the speed of this, I just immediately entered around here, because I just knew that it was going to inverse, because we have two untapped fair value gaps. There's one over here and one over here, and plus one of the 1 hour. So those are my main targets for today, and we already tapped this fair value gap. So I didn't have any more targets down here. So using my conviction experience, I did jump the gun a bit early, and I noted it in the group as well. And you can see with this precision that as soon as the target was hit, price immediately reversed. And this is why I say, like, when we have low probability conditions, you need to have a shorter target, so that, because you know price isn't going to go all the way up there. So as the reason I kept my target as 1.35 hour, and I literally banked on that. And you'll see as soon as we hit this 1 hour fair value gap, we just literally reversed, and that's exactly what happened. So I mean, I closed it around here because it was just like 2 ticks away, and we already tapped the 1 hour fair value gap, so I knew we would reject. And going to the next day, and mind you, this was like my first trade for the week, and I patiently waited on Monday and Tuesday because it was literally a week before elections, and I just knew that we would get low probability conditions. So the next trade was on Thursday. On Thursday we have unemployment claims. This is a very good news driver to trade, and let's see what's happening in the charts. I close this here, so let me just move it here. So yeah, the other thing is, you might think all of this is hindsight, but I've literally posted and loaded these trades live ahead of time in the Telegram group, so you can check it out. I do it live, so it's literally impossible to fake. And let's see, so when I saw this live in the charts, I was a bit disappointed, because usually when price has a big move before 10 a.m, like it's been having the past 2 weeks, usually consolidates in our session. But as I do every day, I always like to analyze the previous day, and previous week high and low. And I was looking at the previous weekly low, which is right here. So obviously TradingView is showing the candle at the end of the week now, but the previous weekly low was right here. Actually, let me mark it on the charts. And if you go on the 15-minute time frame, sorry, 5-minute time frame, to be honest, my main trade was looking for a reversal after the previous week low was taken out, because I didn't think I would get a setup towards it. But patience really does pay off, because I was literally expecting a bullish fair value gap to form, touch this fair value gap and inverse, and I was just patiently waiting for it, and that happened at the exact time I wanted it to happen. So I just executed without any hesitation, and you can just see, like, we literally had zero drawdown and went straight to the target. There was like the previous weekly low, and we just instantly reversed, which is very good. And this trade barely lasted like half an hour, and if you compare that to the previous day where that trade took like 3-4 hours, this is why I wait for like high probability conditions and targets. And previous weekly highs and lows are some of the best targets you could have, alongside equal highs and lows. And then after the previous weekly lower highs taken out, you always look for a reversal, and I got exactly that right around here. To be honest, when we inverted feeling up, we were quite high, and I just waited for a retracement over here, which I had to take. And you can even see with this trade was a bit choppy, but you can see that this trade offered around 1.9 hours, while this one is around 2 hours. So literally, if you just patient the entire week and wait for high probability setups, you can literally trade stress-free, spend less time looking at the charts, and make money even during unfavorable conditions. And let me show you what happened on Friday. So Friday is NFP, as it's the first Friday of the month, and I was really looking forward towards it. But when I saw the price action on Friday, I was extremely disappointed. And you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. So price is just like this until NFP came out, and that's fine, that's normal. But then when I switched to the 5-minute time frame, I started seeing, when I saw price expand from here, I was a bit optimistic that okay, cool, we're broken out of this range, maybe I'll get some good trades to take. But then when I start seeing a lot of these fair value gaps form one after the other, you just know that price is just going to consolidate there. You're not going to get anything good, especially because election is on Monday, literally 2 days away. So I'd initially taken a trade over here. I'd gone short over here, and then I wanted to stop at a break even, but I wanted to save favor, just fill this fair value gap and reject lower. But we did not do that, and I should have not traded this NFP Friday because the data high and low was already taken, so which kind of made all the other trades low probability. So what I mean by the data high and low is that this is the 8:30 NFP candle. So usually after one side of the wick is taken up, price reverses and takes out the other side, and usually that does not happen before 10 a.m. Price leaves at least one of the wicks to be taken out after 9:30 or 10. But the fact that this time both of the targets were already taken out meant that we didn't have any big targets to aim for, and hence made everything else low probability. And that's why I had taken a trade with half risk, and I think I cut it short immediately. So you can tell, even I barely took like 3 or 4 trades this week, and I made around 5 hours roughly, I would say. And that's literally a week before elections, which is an insane return if you ask me. And I risk 1% per trade. So if you want proof of receipts, you can check the Telegram group in the comment section. I've literally alerted all the trades ahead of time for our members. The group is free to join right now, but I will be changing that in the future, so get in while you still can, because my win rate is literally around 80 to 90%, which is quite insane. And you could even check out the reviews from matchup people all over the world. So yep, I'll see you on the inside.